To construct parallel lines, that is by definition lines that can't meet, we draw the first line which the other line will be parallel to. We can call this line AB. Then pick a point on the line AB. We pick a point on the line AB where the parallel line will be joined to, the other line that is parallel to it. So we can call that point N. Then we pick an external point through which the parallel line will be drawn or constructed. We can call that particular point M. So the first thing we do is to join M and N together. Now, having joined both, we take the pair of compasses and open it to a small radius. Then draw an arc to cut the angle formed at N between AN and MN. So with that same, we can call the points where the arc cuts AN and MN, we can call them P and Q. So using the same radius that we used earlier on to draw the arc PQ, we go to the point M and draw an arc to cut the line MN right from the point M. So we come back to the arc PQ, then use the pair of compasses to measure the radius PQ or the length of PQ. So we PQ measured. We go to where the other arc we are trying to draw or trying to construct, where it cuts the line MN. From that point, we draw an arc to cut that first arc. Then we can call the 2 points probably X, Y. That is, this is point X and this is point Y. So the next thing is to join M and Y together. So we join the points M and Y together by a straight line and carefully joined. Otherwise, the line will not be parallel to the other. So we join the two together. We can call the endpoints of that L. So line ML is a parallel line to the line AB. And to confirm that they are parallel, measure the angle ANM. Measure the angle ANM. That here is around 64 degrees. Then we measure the angle formed between the line ML and the line MN. That's angle LMN. So measuring that, also gives the same thing to show that the two lines are parallel. To construct the parallelogram as stated here, WXYZ, such that WX is 7 centimeters. So we start with the line WX, which is 7 centimeters. So we carefully measure 7 centimeters out of the ruler. And if we like, we may also use compasses to measure it out. So starting from 0, or better still, we can draw the line. It could be longer. Then we carve out 7 centimeters in order to be sure of the accuracy of the results. So we measure out 7 centimeters from the ruler. Then use it to draw arcs on both ends of the line. So we have one here, and we've got another here. When measured, that is found to be 7 centimeters. So that is WX, the line WX. And after that, we have an angle there which is 45 degrees. That's angle XWZ. Now, to construct 45 degrees, we will need to first construct angle 90, then bisect the 90 degrees in order to have 45 degrees. If you don't know, or if you are yet to see a video on how to construct angle 90 and also angle 45 degrees, check the description below. There is a link to how that is done in part 1 of this series. So from W, we draw an arc with a small convenient radius of the compasses. We draw an arc. Then where the arc meets the line, we can call it the point P. So from point P, we trisect the arc by using the same radius with which the original arc was drawn. We draw the first arc. Then from the arc drawn, we draw another, or we construct another arc. Then these 2 points, we make use of it in order to, we bisect that middle point, which is like 60 degrees. We just extend the radius of the compasses a bit, then draw arcs above the first 2 in order to have 90 degrees. So we draw an arc here, and we draw another arc from this particular one too. Now where the 2 arcs meet, we join to the point W and measure to confirm that the angle is 90 degrees. So we join the arcs first to the point W. Then we can confirm that the angle is indeed 90 degrees by measuring it, because if it's not accurately 90, then the 45 won't be a reality. So from here, it can be seen that the angle is 90 degrees. Now we bisect the angle 90, which is between this point P and this place. We may want to call that point Q. So the arc joining P and Q, we bisect. Now, the meeting points of the arcs, their intersection will be joined to the point W in order to have the angle 45 degrees. So here and here, carefully drawn out. And we try to ensure that the line isn't too long because of the side WZ that we want to measure out. But before we measure out any additional side, we try to measure this angle to see that it's indeed 45 degrees. So this is 45 degrees by measurements. 45 degrees. Now that we have the angle, the side WZ should be measured out. That is given to us as 5.6 centimeters. So we measure 5.6 centimeters off a ruler with the compasses. Here is 5.6 centimeters. That's after 5.5 here. So we use that to draw an arc from W just above the bisector of the angle 90 degrees. And what we just do is join, or we extend the line a bit until it meets this arc to give the side WZ. So we can put Z at that point. Now this is where the application of our parallel lines comes in. We want to have a line parallel to WX, which is going to pass through the point Z. So to do that, we already have an arc here, the arc for the 45 degrees. So first, we are going to measure out from W to that particular arc from the construction of parallel lines that we did earlier on. And that has to be measured correctly. Alright, so from the point Z, we are going to use it to draw an arc from the point Z and towards this side. Then we come back to the arc, joining the line for the angle 45 degrees and measure out the radius of that arc carefully also. Alright, as you can see. So with that measured out, the arc we drew first, that point, from that point we draw another arc, even to cut that first one. So between the 2 points, that's Z and the meeting points of this arc, we are going to draw the parallel line. But then, before we draw the parallel line, we can measure out WZ, which is 5.6 centimeters, because opposite sides of a parallelogram are always equal. So we measure it out the 5.6 by tracing WZ. Now that's been traced out, and that is going to be XY. So from point X, using that 5.6 centimeters, since opposite sides of parallelograms are parallel, we draw an arc. Then the other side, which is going to be YZ, is also going to take the measure of WX. That's the 7 centimeters line. So all we just do is trace out, we set it on WX carefully, as you can see here. Then from Z, we are going to draw an arc to cut the first arc. So where the cuts, their meeting point or the point of intersection of the arcs is the point Y. That's the point Y here. Then what we do is join Y to Z and also join X to Y. So starting with joining X to Y, then we join Y to Z and ensure that it's also taking this line. Though we may not draw the line up to that particular point, the point here for the parallel lines, but we make sure that it also takes that point into consideration for the lines to be parallel indeed. So we join Z to Y or Y to Z to have a parallelogram. Then we can confirm we already have this as 7 centimeters. We already have this as 5.6 centimeters. So we can confirm XY to see if it is going to be 5.6. So you can see it here. XY is 5.6 centimeters, showing that the opposite sides of a parallelogram are the same, and YZ or ZY, as the case may be, is 7 centimeters, which is also equal to the opposite side as WX. To construct this trapezium, in which AB is 7 centimeters, AC is 11 centimeters, AC will be a diagonal because we are given ABCD. Then the side BC and CD are both equal to 6.5 centimeters, where AB and DC are parallel. We can start with the side AB, which is 7 centimeters. And like it was done before, we can draw a longer line. Then mark off 7 centimeters of the line using the pair of compasses. So we can measure off the 7 centimeters of the ruler with a pair of compasses. It has to be carefully measured. So here is 7 centimeters. With that, we draw an arc for AB. So we have this, and from here we draw another. You may want to confirm that it is 7 centimeters. So it is. Now, from the question, we have the diagonal AC to be 11 centimeters. So we measure off 11 centimeters of the ruler. Also to be measured carefully. Now this is 11 centimeters. So from A, we are yet to write the points. This is point A, Y, this is point B. Now from point A, we draw the arc, which is 11 centimeters. Now from B to C is 6.5 centimeters. So we're going to draw or measure off 6.5 centimeters of the ruler as well. Now here is 6.5 centimeters, carefully measured. So from the point B, we draw an arc to cut the first one. That gives the point C of our trapezium. Then we may want to join B to C, or it's even important to join B to C. We may also want to join A to C, being given as 11 centimeters, though that may not be compulsory. The next is to ensure that our DC will be parallel to AB. So we apply the principle that we have learned earlier on, the skill that we have learned earlier on, which is the skill of constructing parallel lines. So that starts by drawing an arc from B to cut the arms AB and BC. Now, with the same radius, we draw an arc from C Now, we're going to name where these arcs cut the lines or the arms. This can be named PQ, while we name this that we already have R. Then, the length PQ is measured. We will need it to ensure that the lines are parallel, as usual. So, here we have PQ measured off. Then we go to the point R and use PQ to draw an arc to cut the first arc. So the arcs cut here. We can call that the point S. So we expect the parallel line to go through S. We don't necessarily need to join to S, but it should go through C. And if we trace it, it should also go through S. However, DC or CD is also given as 6.5 centimeters. We can measure it off the ruler, or we may measure BC since it is the same length. So let's measure in BC, and that's it measured. So from the point C, we draw an arc. Now, the parallel lines that we have set the base for, the tone for, we join together carefully, ensuring that S is captured, C is captured, and it goes straight to the line, to the arc, goes straight to the arc which we have just drawn. So we may want to use dotted lines here. Then we draw the line here, so meaning that this is the point D. And finally, we join D to A. Here we have the parallelogram as required.